Hey everybody, Ed Carball here, mixed martial arts analyst for thumbproofmedia.com. You can follow me on Twitter at Carbazel and at theblogboardjungle.com. Lots of stuff to talk about. I'm coming at you guys a little later than usual. I know I usually record something after the Ultimate Fighter episode, but this week has been very hectic, obviously, with everything that happened at UFC 217 and the days before that. Last weekend we had 3 nights of fights. Champions were crowned. Champions lost. Former champions were without belts. What am I trying to say here? Obviously, 3 fight for the UFC 217 is what I'm referring to. All 3 champs lost their titles to their challenger. And then at Bellator 186, there was a new champion crowned in a new division, Ilima McFarlane, who I interviewed a couple weeks ago. If you haven't seen that, go check it out over at the blogboardjungle.com's YouTube channel. Lovely young lady, talented young martial artist, and well-deserved win. She got the submission finish in the final round. So, you know, when you can take a fight into the deep end, into the final rounds, it's definitely something that you know, that you have to respect. Speaking of which, with Joanna JJ losing her title, her strawweight title at UFC 217, she was someone that did that. She always took everyone into deep waters. So I think maybe that pacing is why she lost. I'm not trying to make excuses or anything like that for anyone, because Rose was just better than her that night. Knocked her out in the first round, 3 minutes and 3 seconds. And something about the number 3 with that weekend. I'm doing like every Tuesday I throw something up at SureDog.com. That's something I guess we're trying to see how it goes. So my first piece is actually up, and it's about all 3 events over the last weekend, starting with Professional Fighters League charity event that was in Washington, D.C. that was streamed on Fight TV, which is a great app, by the way. It's a great Fight Pass alternative if you like the fights. Lots of free stuff on there. You don't have to pay. You just have to have the app. And then you can download that. Actually, there's an exclusive Fight TV channel over at theblogboardjungle.com. So anything that's free will be streaming there, and there's a link there to download the app if you're interested. But yeah, so that was Thursday. Friday was the Bellator thing. Ryan Bader successfully defended his title, and Ilima McFarlane got her title for the new division. So that's going to be 2018 is going to be really exciting at Bellator. And then finally the one highlight from that event, I mean, one of the most vicious flying knee knockouts I have ever seen was with Taiwan Claxton. You go to Bellator's any social media channel. I think they're still running it. Speaking of which, their event in Dublin is probably just wrapping up now as I'm recording this, so that's going to air on Spike TV tonight. If you haven't heard by now, Conor McGregor was there to support. It's in Dublin, so of course Conor McGregor's going to be there, right? I mean, is that bad of me to say? Anyway, but he was there, and he caused a bit of a ruckus, so we'll see if that makes a Spike broadcast. I don't know. But looking ahead, I actually do have an interview for you. I have a guest, or I had a guest. I did a phone interview with Mr. Ryan Stoddard of Victory Fighting Championships once again. He's always cool about making time. We were actually playing phone tag today because he was getting off a plane, and we had kind of scheduled it after his flight. And with the weather being crazy right now, it's freezing in New Jersey, and he's in Nebraska. We had to play a little bit of phone tag, so it was a little difficult getting in touch with him. But we spoke about the upcoming Victory Fighting Championships 59 event. They're back in their home turf of Omaha, Nebraska. If you haven't checked out the article, back in September, towards the end of September, Victory Fighting Championships is now under the Alliance Mixed Martial Arts banner. That's the Alliance MMA that they have. It's the only like traded mixed martial arts organization on the stock exchange that you can invest in. They're under them, and he just talks about. It was actually not long after the last time we spoke before VFC 58. So I'm going to play that interview for you now, just so you can see what it means for that promotion to be attached with all these other promotions. There's a lot of interesting things happening there. So I'm not going to hold it up. Let me play the interview for you. Again, we were kind of playing phone tag, so if it seems a little flustered, I apologize for that. But there's good stuff coming out of Victory. Good stuff coming out of MMA. 2018 looks like it's going to be a very interesting year. Ryan Stoddard, thank you very much for taking the call. I'm sorry we're a little off. I'm a little off schedule just because you caught me by surprise, but a lot of stuff to talk about, man. Congratulations with the Alliance thing. And I know you got a show coming up in December. So I don't know what's the bigger news that we should talk about first.
Honestly, everything has been great. In terms of the Alliance deal, I can honestly say that I couldn't be in a better situation. There's so many great people at that company that I'm now surrounded by that are giving me the support I need to do what I do best, and not have to focus so much on tracking the financial side or chasing sponsor money or dealing with medical sponsorships, things like that. It really just allows me to focus on making sure the events go well, they sell well, that our athletes are being taken care of. I've gone on a signing spree. I want to say as of today we have 8
Oh, wow.
Guys under contract, all within the last 2 weeks. And I actually sent out 2 more contracts yesterday, and things couldn't be better, man. I'm super excited. The future is really truly bright.
Yeah, it is. I mean, when the news broke, we got the press release, and I wrote the article up on From Proof Media, and then I remember I said to them I wanted to get back in touch with you to talk about it, but so much stuff was going on with the time of year and everything that had happened. I think it was only a month after we last spoke. But talking about the signings, I saw some names that you got. You have the 28-year-old Austin Vanderford. He's going to fight in your next event, isn't he?
Yeah, December 16th. I was approached by his management. Guys over at Janus Sports. I've got a great relationship with them. They kind of mentioned him, and I obviously seen some photos of him with his girlfriend Paige Van Zandt floating around Instagram after his last fight, and the kid looked the part. And then once they contacted me, I did some more research and found out he really is the part. And he may be about the best welterweight prospect walking around the U.S. right now. So
yeah, he's 2-0 right now, right?
Super solid situation for us and a great pickup.
Yeah, that is. I just like I said, when I was doing the research, I saw that you picked him up, and Scott had said that Rafion Stotts is going to be on the VFC 59 event as well.
Yeah, he actually just signed a 4-fight extension with Victory to be an exclusive athlete with us. He's defending his title December 16th. He'll be the main event, and we're actually going to be announcing his opponent, who is another Victory athlete that a lot of people are familiar with. We'll be announcing that fight Tuesday. Oh,
on Tuesday. Okay. So you're going to make me wait till Tuesday. All right. But December 16th, that's on Fight Pass. That's a Friday, if I'm not mistaken, right?
No, Saturday.
It's a Saturday.
So we'll be right after the Winnipeg event.
Okay.
That Saturday night, just like we did this summer with the UFC. So they'll end at 9 p.m. and we'll go live at 9 p.m.
Oh, cool. That's perfect timing then.
I know it's a solid night of fights.
Yeah. I mean, I love it when events are well timed like that. Last weekend we had 3 days in a row that ended with UFC 217. So I love it when things work out that way. Just to touch back on the Alliance MMA signing. Paul Denner had mentioned in the press release that new cities were a target for you guys specifically. Can you talk about any of the potential new areas you might be bringing VFC to?
Yeah, at the very top of the list is Dallas, Texas, which we'll be making our debut in Dallas in 2018. And then, currently we're looking around other parts of Oklahoma. Just trying to kind of deepen our reach from all the way from South Dakota down to Texas.
So obviously that'd be for 2018 for next year. Like, how many shows are you looking at for the new year?
Next year, well, on Fight Pass, we still gotta get our dates and get the events figured out with the UFC. That always takes a little bit of time. But hopefully we'll end up doing our normal 4 to 6 right in that area.
Okay.
And then, but in terms of total events, we'd love to do as many as we possibly could. So it's just a matter of do we have enough athletes, finding the right venues, and getting everything mapped out. But now I finally have the manpower, the marketing team, everything behind me to really make this thing go and do as well as it possibly can.
I know Cage Fury Fighting Championships is under Alliance as well, and they do a lot of stuff out here in New Jersey. Would you guys ever consider coming east, or do you like sticking around the middle of the country?
Oh man, that sounds like a lot of work on my part.
Yeah.
No, CFFC is an awesome show. The former president of CFFC, Rob Adak, who is now the president of Alliance, he's got an awesome thing there, and he built an amazing promotion in CFFC. I got to go to an event last May in Philadelphia and had a blast. I mean, there's so much good talent in that organization.
Yeah.
It's not even funny. Who's to say what the future holds? I work for Alliance now, so if they say they want me to do an event somewhere, then I make it happen. But for now, I believe that Victory's Home is going to stay here in the Midwest, and we'll do the best possible job we can here. But should that change in the future, who's to say? They're in charge, and it's just a matter of figuring out what makes sense and going from there.
Okay. And I'm just spitballing, but would they ever do like cross promotion, or have they done cross promotional champion versus champion type of events, or setting up fights like that under one promotion's banner?
I'm sure that sometime down the line that a situation like that would make sense. It's just a matter of figuring out when and where, and how. But honestly, the first crossover is actually happening on the same day as our show. CFFC's having a show at the Brigada in Atlantic City, and our 125-pound champ is fighting their 125-pound champ. So,
oh wow,
that crossover promotion has already started.
Oh wow, and that's the same day as your event.
Yep.
Oh wow.
It just by chance so happened that those dates were on the same date, and here we are.
Yeah. Do you know if I know obviously you're under Alliance and you're on Fight Pass. Are you able to speak on any other streaming partners, or is Fight Pass going to be still exclusive for VFC? Because I know you guys had an event not that long ago that wasn't broadcast, but I saw it trending on social media. I forgot not that long ago.
I think the future is looking like we'll probably be able to do some like digital pay-per-view type stuff. I know Alliance has their own pay-per-view source that they utilize. That being said, we have had that conversation with the UFC because we are going to have more events.
Yeah.
And plan to do those in some sort of pay-per-view model. But no, in terms of the broadcasts themselves, anything that's going to be put out there, like a TV deal or anything like that, it's going to be strictly in partnership with the UFC. Oh,
okay. Okay, so outside of the two names we mentioned for VFC 59 in December 16th, are there any other people on the card? I didn't see a full lineup outside of those two that I read about on the website.
Our 170-pound champion, Yuri Villafort, will make his debut, not his debut, will defend his title on that event. And then fan favorite Bryce Logan will also be on that show. So that's all I can give away for now, but you guys will obviously be kept in touch when we start to drop all that information here in the next couple weeks.
Okay, cool, wonderful. Yeah, it's a good way to close out the year. I mean, it seems like when we get close to the holidays and stuff, events are a little light. So, but you always seem to come right at the. I remember when you did the 3 events in 30 days, the end of last year. That was really fun.
Oh my God, that about killed me. So I don't ever want to do that again.
Well, the numbers I hope were good for it. I mean, I know it was a lot of hard work, but as a fight fan myself, I appreciated it. I think it is. It was really good stuff. I'm trying to see if I'm looking at my notes that I had for. I think that's it. Is there anything else that you need to plug for your VFC 59 event, or anything else you want to let folks know about?
No, I don't believe so. Outside of checking out the fights on UFC Fight Pass, or if you're in the Omaha area, make sure you get on down to Baxter Arena. Tickets are on sale now at victoryfighter.com.
All right, cool. Thank you very much, Ryan. I appreciate you taking the time. I know you were flying and stuff today. Oh, go ahead.
We've had so many fans reach out wanting to buy our gear for such a long time. We do now have an online shop that is now live off our website. So if you go to the victoryfighter.com site, click shop, that'll take you to the our online shop, and we now have a ton of really great stuff there available. Since we're always getting pinged on Twitter from fans wanting to buy the stuff they see our fighters wearing, so be sure to check that out.
Cool. That's not new, is it? I feel like I saw that already. It's been there about maybe a month to 2 months?
About a month. We just haven't been pushing it that hard, but we're going to start ramping that up here pretty quick.
Cool. Like T-shirts, hoodies, things like that?
Yep. All the stuff that people have been asking for.
Cool. All right. Well, thank you again. I appreciate you taking the time after getting off a plane and stuff. So we'll be looking forward to VFC 59 December 16th. And once again, congratulations with the joining Alliance MMA.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
All right. Take care.
You too.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
All right. So that was Ryan Stoddard of Victory Fighting Championships. I really appreciate it when he takes the time out. It's probably some of the best conversations I had. Again, this one was a little flustered. He's getting off a plane, and I was just getting I was actually trying to move on to another interview that I had to reschedule. So I'm sorry if that seemed if that wasn't the best, but some good news came out of it. Rafion Stotts is fighting on that card, and you heard Tuesday they're going to make an announcement. So probably by the time you hear this, you'll know what it is. And then Austin Vanderford. I forgot that was Paige Van Zandt's boyfriend. So, yeah. I mean, stuff's happening over there. It's going to be good. I mean, I was trying to hint at, them coming to the East Coast, obviously. But, I mean, it is a lot of work especially when it's like a traveling circus. So when a promotion has to go, and they're not as big as like the UFC or Bellator, then it is a lot of work. There's a lot of manpower involved. So, as big as they are, as good as they are, they're still building. And but it's a great place. I mean, it's a great time for mixed martial arts. Speaking of which, this weekend coming up, Combate Americas, Copa Combate, broadcast in English and Spanish. If you want to watch the English one, it's on NBC Sports. If you want to watch the Spanish language, it's on Telemundo. 11 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I'm using the Eastern Standard because I'm on the Eastern Standard Time. And then we have the UFC Norfolk. I don't know about you, but I'm getting a little tired of the UFCs. My interests are varied, so I'm going to try to watch everything. So if you follow me on Twitter, I'll likely be live tweeting all of it tomorrow night during the events, and then we'll do a recap the middle of next week for everything that's going on. Thank you for listening. I appreciate everyone that listens. I know I did a lot of recordings on Anchor, the podcast Anchor, but they're pissing me off right now. They actually kind of messed up my interviews too. I was going to use that to transcribe and record the interview, and then they took away that feature to add some weird, like, you also have to download the app feature rather than just getting to the damn interview and recording it. So it's not really user-friendly as it was. So I don't know if I'm going to upload this to Anchor. I do have some listeners on there, like regular listeners, so maybe for those guys like Jesse M Music and Nick Diaz of Noughts, I'll probably throw it up there out of respect for them. But this is my warning to Anchor and to those listeners. You might not find me on there anymore, but you will find every podcast I've ever done on YouTube, the blogboardjungle.com's YouTube channel. So that's that. That is me. Have a good weekend, veterans. Thank you for your service. Enjoy your Veterans Day. I'm actually taking one out for lunch tomorrow after training. That's my little bit of thanking the veterans on Veterans Day. So make sure you recognize November 11th for what it is, and be sure and subscribe to everything. Follow on Twitter and frontproofmedia.com, blogboardjungle.com, and if you download the Fight TV app over at blogboardjungle.com, you'd be helping us out in our growth, and we'll be bringing you some good fights from there too. Thank you very much. Enjoy your weekend. Take care.